Hi you guys, and good morning. Thanks so much for joining me back in Sandra's world. And if it's your first time here, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm not going to spend too long on the intro today, but we are going to be cooking it up, so go ahead and keep watching. Alright guys, so we're going to be making breakfast today. We got some pancakes, sausages, eggs, corned beef hash, toast, and that's it. And I'm going to use one tool or kitchen appliance to make everything you see here. So we are back. You're going to see me here just clearing off a few of these things to get it out of my way so I can open up my griddle. This is actually my second one. I got this at Walmart, and my first one I loved and it was perfect, but I dropped it one day and one of the legs broke off, so it got wobbly. I believe it's about 20 bucks and so worth it. I use it literally for every meal. Yeah, so who needs instructions? Anyway, so I'm going to be cleaning this off. This is a little drip tray that catches grease if you were cooking like meats or something with a lot of juices coming out, or oils or fats. I'm just going to go ahead and get mine set up and clean it off, and then we will get started. First up, I'm going to make some pancakes. It says on the box to use water, but I actually use milk for mine because I feel like it makes it a little more flavorful and fluffy. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a few of these for the boys. I also got these hash browns from Walmart. Normally, I would put them down into some vegetable oil, but I am currently in an Airbnb in this video, and I did not have oil on hand, so I just put a little butter on it. Same thing. So you'll see me putting those down. The thing I love about this griddle is that it fits so much on it, even though it looks small. When you start cooking on it, you're like, wow, you could do this over here on one side and do that on the other side. There's so many things that I put on this griddle. I mean, I could show you guys literally 100 different dinners, lunch, and breakfast that I make on this griddle alone. No dishes. You could fully submerge it in water when you're done. I mean, I don't, because I just don't like the thought of doing that. But yeah, so here you see me pulling out the sausages, also from Walmart. This video is not sponsored in any way. I just happened to be at Walmart last night and this is what I got. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up these strawberries, of course rinsing them first. These are going to go for my daughter's plate. She's pretty simple. So these strawberries are for her, and then I'll probably take a few off of there to put on my husband's plate on top of his pancakes, because he likes that. So don't mind me and my cutting techniques. I know I'm not the best. There's two reasons why. Again, this is not my place. So I'm working with tools that, obviously no tools, a plate and a little rusty knife. Not rusty, but like not sharp knife. And then you see my nails, they're like 6 inches long, it seems like. So that makes it a little difficult to maneuver also. But yeah, so you're going to see me cutting horribly in these clips because this is not my place. So there's no cutting board and I'm just working with whatever I have. The only thing that you see in this video that belongs to me, besides the food, of course, is the griddle. So there I was showing you guys the smoked sausages that I usually like to make for breakfast. Those are my son's favorite. The gold label is how I remember it when I go to the grocery store. I usually like to boil mine and then cut them because they're way more soft, but my husband and my son like them crispier and like more dense than how they get soft when you boil them. So that's why I make them this way for them. Now you see me putting down a little bit of butter, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what I'm about to get going. That's going to be these delicious pancakes. Honestly, I love making pancakes on the griddle. I feel like they come out perfect every single time. I believe my heat is around 350 when I'm making this stuff. I do adjust my heat a lot during the cooking process, but I like that the griddle pretty much turns on by itself, and when it reaches that, whatever you set it to, it'll like automatically turn off and then come back on when it's below that, Alright, so again, you're about to see me struggle with these nails, and this non-cutting board is so cringy trying to cut on a plate. I hate doing that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta make it work. So while you guys watch me cut this onion up awkwardly, I just wanted to share that I'm making this video because I know a lot of you have family that come, especially this time of year during the holiday season. So I figured I would share an easy way to cook for a lot of people. And this is just one tool. You don't have to make a whole bunch of dishes. You don't have to feel intimidated by the thought of hosting. You really can get this done, and you don't have to have much to do it. So I'm cutting up the onions for some corned beef hash that I'm about to get started. But first, I'm going to flip my pancakes. A key to getting those good and golden pancakes is make sure you lift your pancake, put some new butter down, and then flip it. That way you're getting butter on both sides. You don't have to put the butter on top of the pancakes at the end like a lot of people in places do when you eat at restaurants. The butter is pretty much already cooked into the pancake, and you are good to go. And this also helps it to get more of a golden color rather than burning when you flip it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start assembling the plates here, and we are about halfway through already. So here I'm just flipping my hash browns. I do not butter them on the opposite side because they have like oil in them, I guess made into them when they're created. So when you go to flip them, they already have like a little bit of like a sheen on them. So that's why I don't put any extra butter on the hash browns or oil, what I usually do. Sausages are finishing up, and we're gonna keep on going along with this breakfast. Of course, we got a little more butter going down. I have 2 little pancakes left to make for my baby girl. She likes hers to be a little bit smaller than a regular size, so I make hers like not silver dollar, a little bit bigger than that, but they're little mini pancakes for her. She calls them flat waffles. I don't know why I guess because they get syrup on them just like waffles that I usually make during the weekdays for my son. But that's what you see going down there. Last 2 little mini pancakes. Also sauteing up my onions, as you can see, and I'm about to get those sausages off if they are done. Of course, again, you know, I have to butter the other side of my pancakes too, so that's what I'm doing here before I go ahead and flip these little babies. And we are almost done with plate number 1 and almost done with plate number 2 as well. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love corned beef hash. My stepmom used to make this all the time when I was little, and I am addicted to it. I could eat just corned beef hash with some eggs for breakfast, and I would be happy if I could have that every day. That would be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started here in just a minute. But let me go ahead and complete my daughter's plate first. So she's having sausages, little silver dollar pancakes, and some strawberries. I'll give you guys a close-up in just a minute. Now for this part, I always leave my corned beef hash last because I like it to be really crispy, almost burnt sometimes. I don't burn it this video just because, you know, I don't want to freak y'all out. But I turn the heat all the way up to the max, and then I get my corned beef hash down. I try to spread it out as much as possible so that it cooks a little bit faster, because I really just crisp it up on one side and then mix it all together, and you'll see me do that in a minute. I'm give my hash browns a little flip here and keep it moving. I'm about to get to the end here in just a moment. So yeah, we are moving along. So the first breakfast is out the way. And now we have the rest coming up. So you see me here trying to figure out how to set up my husband's plate. His is the biggest plate, of course. So he's going to have the most food. I'm just making a little room on the plate for his corned beef hash and his hash brown. And we're getting there. So you'll see another completed plate coming up. This one is for my son. He's pretty simple also, just like my daughter. His is going to be just pancakes, a hash brown, and some of those smoked sausages. Now, last but not least, the last step, well, no, actually, I think I have 2 more things to do. I like to make sure I use the cleanest part of the griddle for my eggs, so I don't like anything extra mixing up in there. So I'm just using the same area where I made the hash browns, since those just had butter on them. So I go ahead and mix my egg. I like to crack it and scramble it right on the griddle because I like the way it comes out rather than scrambling in a bowl and wasting another dish. So I just scramble it right on the hot top, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, and we are wrapping this thing up. So here I'm just mixing up my crispy corned beef hash. Sorry I'm blocking you guys here. I was just adding a little bit of pepper. I don't add any salt because I feel like it's pretty salty just by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get my eggs off, put a little bit of cheese, again, great value cheese, on top of my eggs so it melts down while I finish up. And then scooping off the little burnt egg parts into that little tray below. And now I'm going to get my Puerto Rican bread out. I usually prefer Cuban bread, but I always check that little bread cart in the middle of the bread section at Walmart at the end of the day. They do put a lot of markdowns on there, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I think they like to sell it on the day that it's made. So I got that one for 60 cents when it's normally $1. So I saved 40 cents just on that. And I'm just making me and my husband a little piece of toast to go with our breakfast. You'll also see me use a plate to weigh it down. That helps the bread kind of flatten out a little bit and get toasted evenly instead of just like sitting there and burning. So I like to put the plate on top. Really one of the only other dishes that I used besides the one to cut the strawberries and onions. And as you can see, it's not dirty, the plate. So I'm just going to rinse it off and put it on back. But we are finishing up, just plating up this corned beef hash, and we are wrapping this thing up again. So I'm going to show you guys what I made for my husband in just a minute here. Of course, he's going to get the works. And then for myself, I'm just, I'm the only one in my family that eats eggs. So that's why I only got it for myself. And then I did not get myself pancakes because then I'll just want 10 more. So just finishing this off with a little piece of that Puerto Rican bread that has been toasted. And yeah, so definitely want to thank you guys for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to do a few more cooking videos because these are pretty fun and a lot of people ask me to record my cooking. So I hope you guys will join me back here again. And thanks so much for taking a little time in Sandra's World today. I love you so much and see you next time.